What's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. The game is almost here. In less than 2 days we are gonna have the global version. But I was so impatient that, as you can see behind me, I downloaded the Taiwan version of the game. That version has been out for more than 1 year or something around that, and I was curious to know what will we have in 2 days on the global server of the game. I also found a website on which I could find a lot of information about some SSR characters or a quick hero guide. So we are gonna talk about all of these in today's video. In the game, you will find 3 different modes. I'm not gonna talk about the one on the right. It's an offline solo campaign in which you are gonna need some keys that you can acquire in some events and other contents in the game. But I want to focus on that mode in the middle. When you start the game for the first time, this is the first mode you are gonna unlock. It's a solo campaign, but online. In that mode, you can use the units that you are gonna pull in the gacha banners. You will find different chapters with different missions, and on every mission, with the stars that you're going to accumulate, you are going to have some extra rewards. You can have some gear, you can have some powder to upgrade your gear, and some gold to use in different content in the game. You will find different types of missions. You have some in which you are forced to use some specific units. You have the double sword in which you have to use your own units and sometimes 1 or 2 guests. You have some boss battles, some videos to watch only, and some bonus branches, which ones are not going to make the story progress, but you are going to have some extra rewards at the end by clearing the special branch. When you want to enter a new mission that you haven't completed yet, you need to spend 30 stamina in the campaign of the game. Otherwise, if you already cleared it, you can enter it again for free just to try to have a better score at the end. Really fast on your journey, you are going to be stuck by your account level. In fact, if you want to progress more in the campaign, you need to progress your account's level. As you can see on the screen here, it's requiring me to get the level 24 to progress through the campaign. The one that you can see right here next to my name. I'm currently level 23. There are 2 different ways to increase the level of your account. Every time you are going to spend some stamina, you are going to get some experience for your account, so try to avoid stacking stamina. This is really important to increase your account's level because it also determines the level of your units. My account is level 23, my units can't go higher than 23. And it also determines the content that you are gonna unlock in the game. In the campaign, in the dungeons, you are gonna need to upgrade your account's level. So the stamina is important for that. And then there is another way by getting some coupons. You can get some with your daily quests. You have some rewards here, so you need to complete your daily quest every day, of course. Don't miss some, otherwise you are gonna miss some progression. And you can have some in the beginner quests as well. You are gonna have many stuff in here, and you have as well some coupons to upgrade your account's level. As you can see, I have 150 here. And you are also gonna get some of these that are really useful. I'm gonna talk about them right now. These currencies are really important in the game, and these are the ones that you want to save, especially if you are free to play, because you can use them to summon some heroes on banners. It's probably better to save these at the beginning, trying to wait for a useful banner in which you are going to have a meta unit that is going to carry you through the entire game later on. You have 2 ways to spend them. The first one being to refill your stamina. If you are stuck because you are lacking some extra stamina, you have 2 different ways to recover some. You have the blue potions that you're going to acquire through missions or quests or events. Every potion is going to refill 100 extra stamina, and you can spend these to acquire some 4 times a day. The first time is going to require to spend only 60, then 120, then 180, and the final one 320. Every time you are going to use some, it's going to refill 120 stamina. But is it worth it? If you are a spender, if you want to progress more through the game, of course you want to use every time these daily, but the budget you are going to need at the end is probably going to be huge. If you want to stay reasonable, if you are free to play, spend maybe 60 a day to refill 1 time, and if you want to push a bit more, 2 times, so it's going to cost to you 180 of these daily, which is maybe a lot. I don't know yet, but spending 60 a day might be a good idea. But then it's getting way more expensive, so it's not a good idea, in my opinion, to spend these every day to refill your stamina. The second way to spend these is on the banners. Of course, at the beginning, you want to pull some heroes on the banners, so they are gonna help you to clear some content. This is really important. But when I'm saying that you might save some, I mean after pulling the first units. At the beginning, you are going to want to have some good units, right? So you are going to use both these that you are going to acquire some missions and events to summon some heroes, and you can also use these. In fact, you need 150 to pull for one hero. So if you want to do a 10 draws, you need 1,500 in total. So I did that 2 or 3 times since the beginning. It might not be exactly the same because I am on a Taiwan server, and so we are not gonna have the same events and the same banners at the beginning. So maybe we are gonna start with less of these. I'm gonna talk about the summons a bit later in the video. I spent only 2 days on the Taiwan version of the game, and I was able to reach the chapter 217, which one is really important because it's gonna unlock more content. I don't know if we can reach that on the first day of the game because maybe we are gonna lack some stamina, but in 2 days I was able to reach that chapter on the Taiwan server. 217, and it's gonna be super important to unlock some content in here as fast as possible when the game is gonna launch. Because this is the place where you are gonna find the materials to upgrade your accounts and your heroes. The first one you are gonna unlock is that one. And one more time, if you want to enter a fight, you need to spend some stamina. You are gonna acquire some experience to put on your heroes. And if you want to upgrade their levels, you just need to open your hero box, then select the hero you want, click on that button, and then you can click on that one to use your materials and to increase the level. You can't go higher than your account's level. Then the second important dungeon is that one, in which you can farm some materials to upgrade the ranks of your units. You have one different material per class, and sometimes, depending on the day of the week, you are gonna have some bonuses to farm in a specific dungeon. One more time, it's gonna consume some stamina on every stage. And I forgot to mention that on the previous dungeon, but you have different stages and you can unlock some extra ones when your account level is gonna progress. So I'm stuck for now. I need to reach the level 25 with my account to unlock the next stage. Of course, the higher you farm, the better the materials you are gonna have at the end. So if I check my heroes, if I click on that button, I have the rank system. You are gonna unlock the ranks on your units depending on their levels. I think that it was level 5 to unlock the first rank, then level 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. The max level of your units being level 60 for now. That's the max level of your account as well. So if I want to unlock a skill here, I need to level up my units to level 15 at least. So I'm gonna upgrade that to the maximum, which is level 23. And so now I can unlock that, and I need the materials that I showed you we can farm in the dungeon. You need to use some of these and some gold as well. Once you do that, you need to choose between one of these two skills, and the choice is really important because then you can't change your choice. You don't have a button to reset it, okay? So make sure that you select the good one for your unit. Otherwise, you can unlock an extra skill later using that material. So in fact, in the future, you can unlock every single skill on one unit, but you are gonna need some of these. And you can acquire these through missions, events, and the shop. So if you want a good advice now, keep these until you have a strong unit, an SSR unit, a top tier unit, in fact, on which you want to have both the skills on a branch. So then the higher your rank, the higher the quality you are gonna need of the materials. And so that's how it works. You have the different skills of your unit over there. You have 3 normal skills, and I suppose that one is gonna be an ultimate, and you have your basic attack. Then you will unlock that dungeon in which you can farm some materials to upgrade your talents. You have 3 different dungeons, and each dungeon is giving you 3 different types of materials. As always, you will have different difficulties that you unlock with your account level, and in these, you are gonna have as well some of these potions. You will unlock that icon with the same dungeon. You have 5 different classes, and every class has its own talents. For example, you will find different talents here to upgrade, and to upgrade them, you are gonna need that stone, some gold, and these potions. You have different branches every time, and you are gonna have more stats after upgrading some. Every single class is gonna have its own talents. Then you will unlock that one, in which you can farm the shards to upgrade the star levels of your units. And in fact, if you want to know how it works, I have 5 units on the screen, and for every single unit deployed, I'm gonna have 1 shard on them. So make sure that you are deploying only the heroes you want to upgrade. Oh, and by the way, of course you can exit the fight without deploying your unit. It is not gonna consume your stamina. Then you will find that dungeon in which you can farm these materials required to upgrade your equipment. You will have some powder and some gold as well. If I show you on that weapon, for example, it's level 20 currently, and if I click on that button, I can go to the Enhance tab. And here I need these materials. Of course, one more time, the higher the level, the higher the quality you are gonna need on the materials, okay? So you need to spend some of these and spend some gold, then you can upgrade, and every 10 level, it's gonna ask some of these materials. Then you can spend some powder and gold to upgrade the level from 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, and so on. Talking about the gear, you have some that are giving you some talents during the battle. For example, that potion, you can use a skill in the battle. You can heal your heroes thanks to that potion. And that's pretty cool to have some gear with some extra skill in the game, right? And then you will unlock that dungeon in which you can farm your weapons. You will find 3 dungeons, and every dungeon is gonna have its own lot of weapon. Finally, the last one I unlocked is that tower. You need to clear the last stage I showed you, the chapter 2 to 17, and you will unlock that tower. You will find 50 floors, and every 5 floors you are gonna face a boss, and you are gonna have some of these rewards. Of course, the higher you go, the better the rewards you're gonna have. And every time you're gonna complete a floor, you are gonna have some extra rewards as well. And you will get these as well right behind me. This content will reset every 30 days, so make sure that you farm every single stage before its end. You are also gonna get these coupons, and you can spend them in the shop to acquire some extra rewards. You have some resources to upgrade your heroes, and you have some boxes, and inside that's a selection chest, so I can select one of these. Then I don't know yet about that content. I think that it might be a harder tower to complete, something like that. And that content for now, I don't know yet what is it gonna be. Probably another dungeon to farm some other pieces of gear. Since for now, I have only the one to farm some weapons. Oh, and something more, outside of the dungeons, you will unlock that feature. It's a kind of affinity with your different units. So you can find all of them here, ordered by faction. And if I go on my tab, for example, you can see the affinity level on the left. And it's giving some extra stats. Don't ask me what is written in here, I can't answer, so I don't know 1% of what is that. You can use these materials on the right to increase the affinity with your character. And as you can see, I upgraded my affinity to level 2 with Maita. And so I have an extra stat, 2% now instead of 1. But I still don't know what stat is it. And right behind me, one more time, you have some hearts, and you can spend them to upgrade that faster apparently. And using the heroes in battles are gonna give a bit of affinity at the end of the fight. In fact, it's giving around 30 every time. So now let's talk about some units that can help you to clear some content. The first unit I'm gonna talk about is Maita, of course. She's called like that on the global version of the game. She is an SSR unit given for free at the beginning of the game, and she is really useful. She is a tank, and she's gonna deal a lot of damage to enemies and purge them, so she is a great hero for that. She has a passive healing your heroes, one of your hero with the less amount of HP remaining at the end of her turn, and for that she is an amazing hero. The second hero is that one, that's a Seeker, a rare unit who can attack both from range and contact, and he has a passive that allows him to dodge some attacks, making the target waste their attacks. Then you will find that one with pretty nice attack and defense capabilities, close to the legendary character Leonid, and he can charge and knockback the target, so he is a good hero to move enemies. And then you have that one who can heal and support your heroes from range. That's another another epic unit. And finally, you have that mage with one of the best AoE skill damage among all epic characters, 5 squares in a straight line. Using all of these heroes is gonna guarantee you to do some battles early game in auto. And as written in here, they are gonna bring different professions to your team, and it's gonna allow you to deal with different battles. By the way, I don't know yet if on global release we are gonna have exactly the same beginner quest, but if it is the case, inside of it we are gonna have one copy of that unit for free. We are gonna have some fragments on that one too. That's a healer that I'm currently using, so a pretty good one. Some fragments for that one too. A duplicate of Maita so we can upgrade her star level. Some extra summons as well. And so with all of that, at the beginning of the game, without any SSR units, you should have enough units, enough good ones to progress through the game. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the summons. So first of all, you will find different types of banners. You have a single banners in which you are gonna have probably the new heroes in the game, I suppose. So there is only one hero inside, and you will have some dual banners with 2 heroes inside. Then you will have the normal banner and the weapon banner. If you are free to play, people are gonna advise you not to summon for weapons, because normally, having only some meta units, you will be able to purge the different content. So before talking about every single banner, every 100 draws, you are guaranteed to obtain an SSR unit. It doesn't matter the banner. For example, I spent 10 summons on that banner, and I'm gonna have exactly the same guarantee to obtain an SSR unit if I spend some wishes on that banner. Then you will have the guarantee. After 180 draws, if you haven't pulled that hero, the hero in the banner before the 180, you will be guaranteed to obtain the hero in banner after the 180. So that's a good thing if you want to be sure to obtain the hero in banner. Then on single unit banners, you have a 50% chance every time you are gonna pull an SSR unit to drop that one directly. If you obtain that one before the guarantee, you are gonna reset the guarantee. If you don't, the guarantee will remain the same until the end. The guarantee is different between each banners, as you can see right here. For the dual banners, every time you draw an SSR unit, you have 75% chance to obtain one of these 2. Then I'm gonna say something, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Apparently, when you have one of these units, if you summon before the guarantee the unit that you already have, it's not gonna reset the guarantee. If you're missing only one unit and reach the guarantee, it's gonna give you the units that you are missing. Then in every single banner, outside of the PD and the guarantee, you have a 2% chance to drop an SSR unit, 20% to obtain an epic unit, and 40% to obtain these one, 38% to obtain the common ones. So let's do some draws and let's see how it works. So when you summon some units, you will have a tarot card, but I don't know yet what it means, because every time I pulled some units, I had a different one. So that's an epic unit. Then when you have the normal ones and the elite ones, the animation is the same. When you have the yellow lights, it's an epic unit. And after the yellow lights, if there is a rainbow light, it means that you are gonna have an SSR. So let's spend 10 more and see if I can get one. The animation of the card was different, so maybe I'm gonna have an SSR unit, so yellow. Okay, that's an epic one. Yellow again. And this is the animation I was talking about, the rainbow lightning. And so I got that one. I don't know the name yet. And that's how it looks like. And when you draw a dupe, you get 50 shards. So then, as you can see, I drop an SSR unit. Now the PD resets to 100, but the guarantee remains the same. Then you will have some PvP battles. During the week, you are gonna have some rewards, and you need to complete some battles to obtain some points and unlock some rewards. You will have different divisions, as always, and the higher you are, the more the rewards you are gonna have. And these rewards are weekly. So that is a PvP battle. You have the bridge, you begin over there, and you have to destroy the 2 fortresses of the opponent. You can find the traps, the towers that the player in front placed on the terrain, and you need to kill everything. And then you have these kind of quests to complete during the battle, and at the end, you are getting some of these. You have 5 battles daily, and then it's over. You can't participate more. You can't refill using these, and you are stuck to 300 of these per day. Then you need to place your defense, so you just have to drag and drop your units on the battlefield. You have 6 units to use, and then you can place your traps, but for now I have none. Later on, you will find different traps that you can put on your defense, and you can use these to upgrade your fortress. Then you have the guild feature, but for now, I don't know every detail about it since I don't understand what is written on the screen. Apparently, I think that for now, I haven't unlocked any contents on the guild, I don't know. And so I suppose that I'm gonna discover that on the global launch. Then you will have some different events. They are gonna be different from these ones. So you have many events on the Taiwan servers with many different rewards, and they are going to be completely different in my opinion on the global server of the game. You will find your mailbox as well with some starting rewards normally on global launch, especially if you already pre-registered on the game. And finally, but I don't think that it is worth it to talk about the shop today. Of course, we are going to have a shop in the game. Of course, we are going to have different packs from €1 to €100 as on every gacha game. We are probably going to have a way better progression if we are spending in the game. But still without spending, apparently this game is pretty free-to-play friendly, so you can still progress a lot, and even if you are free-to-play, you can pretend to be in the top 5 of the player base if you manage your resources correctly and if you play a lot daily. And this is a different server, a different country, so probably the shop is gonna be way different on the global servers. So I think I covered everything. Let me know what you think about all of these in a comment below. Have a nice day guys, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.